John, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thank you. Can you tell me what is the latest on the ground in Haiti, particularly as the country prepares for hurricane season?
Well, as the country gets ready for the hurricane season, in fact, I wouldn't even say as they get ready. In fact, even though the hurricanes are not there yet, we have had several bad and major storms in Haiti that has really caused some serious damage in some of the camps. The country is nowhere near ready for this hurricane season. There are some camps, I would add, such as the Pishanville Golf Club, the golf course camp. That's ready. I mean, there are sandbags and there have been trenches that have been dug and there have been roads that have been created for emergency evacuations. But the vast majority of the 1,200 camps around the country are not ready for the hurricane season. And as we talk to more and more people, our own Jacqueline Charles did a story about it not too long ago, in which she's finding that even in some of the cases where residents have been told that their homes are safe to return to, many of them are just still too afraid to move back into their homes. So that's one thing that the government is dealing with. And another major issue that the government is dealing with is where, in some cases where they can build really sturdy camps, they really don't have the resources. The money is not there to build those camps. So there are a number of issues that they're dealing with in Haiti.
Okay. There was recently a major meeting about Haiti and the Dominican Republic. What came out of that meeting?
Well, actually, it's interesting that we're talking about the camps and talking about resources, because that meeting in Punta Cana, one of the big cries coming out of that meeting is pretty much, where is the money? As you know, some 2 months ago, there was a major conference held at the United Nations in which 140 countries pledged in terms of short-term immediate cash in the neighborhood of $5 billion. And then they were talking about a total of $9 billion over a much longer 15-year period. So far, the government has only collected 55 million. So President Clinton was one of the ones in Punta Cana saying, pleading to the international community to go ahead and fulfill the pledge so that Haiti can get moving. One of the things that we talked about a little while ago, trying to get money in to fortify the country for the hurricanes that are inevitably coming this season, and it's just not there yet.
There are reports that gang activity, kidnappings, and other crimes are on the rise. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. That was a really sad legacy of the pre-earthquake period in Haiti, where there were several kidnappings of Haitians and foreigners, and we're starting to see that happening again. And some of the foreigners who've been kidnapped have happily released unharmed. Unfortunately, some of the Haitians who were kidnapped with them were killed. One of the things that the UN has done to try to deal with this, I think it was last week, it approved almost 500 UN soldiers to go in to help fortify the Haiti National Police so that they can literally try to go after many of these gangs that are now starting again to kidnap a number of people. Hopefully, that's something that we've seen happening, but the hope is that long term, with the help of the UN and a more robust police department, that will go away. A lot of people are keeping their fingers crossed, but we'll see how that goes.